My dear child, listen closely, because a silent storm has been brewing right under your nose for the past 8 months. This wasn't just any ordinary investigation. No, at its core stands your very own son, and the truths uncovered are far darker and deeper than you could ever imagine. Shrouded in secrecy, this covert operation has kept you in the shadows, away from the harsh reality unfolding right before your eyes. You're probably asking, why him? Who is pulling the strings behind this cloak of silence? And most importantly, what terrifying secrets have been exposed, secrets that could shatter everything you thought you knew about your son? Today, I'm here to tear away the veil of silence and reveal every shocking detail that's been hidden from your heart and mind. This is not just a story, it's a bombshell revelation that will challenge everything you believed. For 8 long months, your son has been caught in the crosshairs of a secret investigation. It didn't make headlines. No whispers leaked. It was wrapped in layers of deliberate silence, kept far away from the public eye, and most painfully, away from your knowledge. Your son had no clue. He walked through life blind to the storm raging around him, completely unaware of the eyes watching, the questions being asked, the truths being unearthed. Only a select, shadowy few orchestrated this, those who moved in silence, behind locked doors, far from the world you know. And I am one of those few. I have read every line of that classified report, every unsettling fact, every hidden secret they fought to keep buried. I am not here to condemn, nor to cast blame. I am here to deliver the truth because you, my beloved child, deserve to know. You have the undeniable right to understand the reality that has been unfolding behind closed curtains, beyond your sight, beyond your son's awareness. That's why I'm speaking to you now, boldly, openly, without hesitation. The time for silence is over. You may be asking yourself, why was this hidden for so long? Why, after 8 months of secrecy, were you left in the dark? Why didn't someone tell you sooner? The answer is both simple and sacred. I held back until the moment was right, until every piece of the puzzle clicked into place, until the investigation concluded, until no loose ends remained. I refused to burden you with half-truths or fragments that would only breed confusion and fear. You deserve brutal honesty, not whispers. You deserve the full story, not shadowed hints. So I waited, I watched, and now that the file is closed and the truth stands fully documented, I step forward to unveil what's been concealed beneath the surface of silence. After months of silent vigilance, I am ready to guide you through a story few have seen and none have dared to voice aloud, until now. Now I ask you, with a heart open and spirit steady, are you ready to face the full truth? Are you prepared to stand before the reality hidden inside that confidential report about your son? If your soul shouts, yes, then brace yourself, for we begin this revelation together. You might wonder which earthly force launched this secret, 8-month-long inquiry. You've searched for human names, familiar faces, motives that make sense in your world. You've sought someone to blame, some agency, some authority, some human power that could bear responsibility. But what I'm about to disclose will shatter your assumptions. This was not a court of men. It was not a government agency or a corporate watchdog. It was I, your Lord, your Creator, who commissioned this silent, sacred operation. This was no ordinary investigation. It was a divine mission sent from the very courts of heaven. The ones I dispatched were not detectives in suits or judges in robes. They were my angels, my holy messengers, moving in the unseen realms, far beyond human reach. Their assignment transcended gathering facts or compiling evidence. They went deeper. They uncovered truths buried even from your son's own heart, truths hidden from your eyes and from his awareness. You may ask, why, God? Why place my son under such intense scrutiny? And I say this with a love wider than the oceans and deeper than the skies, because I saw what you could not see. I heard the silent cries of his spirit, cries never voiced, never expressed. I watched him stand at a pivotal crossroads, his footsteps faltering, trembling as he veered away from the path that leads straight back to me. He did not intend to stray so far, but stray he did. While you saw his smile, I saw the storm raging beneath. While you sensed his strength, I witnessed a soul quietly slipping into darkness. So I did not move to punish him, I moved to pursue him with mercy. I did not aim to expose him in shame, I aimed to rescue him with grace. What those final pages of the investigation reveal, my child, is more than mere pain, it's prophetic. It carries a message that speaks not only to your heart but to the future your son is still forging. It's a message you must hear now, before time slips away and the window to act swings shut. Inside those sealed pages are not criminal sins, not betrayal of family or community, not disgrace laid bare for the world to scorn. No, what lies beneath is far more perilous, the slow dimming of the radiant spark I breathed into him at creation. The report uncovers a gradual unraveling, his divine purpose eroding as louder, darker voices pressed in. Echoes of doubt chipped away at his confidence. Whispers of shame weighed heavy on his heart. The constant hum of compromise blurred the lines between right and wrong. Instead of drowning out those destructive voices with my truth, with the love and destiny I whispered into him, he leaned toward the world's clamor. With every step he slanted away from that divine light, he drifted further from the life I designed for him, one brimming with hope, purpose, and fulfillment. As I declared in Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Your son does not even sense the battle raging around him. He cannot see the rope dividing what will elevate him from what will tear him down. The alarms sounding in his spirit, those my angels sounded, echoed unanswered. But I heard every tremor of his heart, and I can no longer hold my peace. The gates to the destiny I intended for him are beginning to close, inch by inch. If this drift continues unchecked, he may lose everything I designed for him before he ever took his first breath. Yet amid these sobering revelations, there remains a flicker of hope. Within the report's passages that describe judgment, I have left an open door, a narrow, shining path built not on condemnation but on redemption. This is the thread that leads back into the light. But it demands more than wishful thinking. It calls for fierce courage and a decisive turn toward healing. That moment, the moment for that bold choice, blazes right now. This is the crossroads. Will your son step forward to reclaim what was stolen, or will he remain shackled by silence and secrecy? The final pages hold a message of grace amid the shadows. Nothing is irreparable. The clock ticks, but hope still holds. A pathway leads back to restoration, back to the abundant life I designed for your son long before the world's noise tried to drown him out. This path won't be easy. It's not for the faint-hearted or those who tiptoe in half measures. Your son must learn to silence the temptations, the doubts, the din of voices that have shouted louder than mine. He must invite my spirit to flood his heart again, to reclaim every corner that confusion and despair have seized. Above all, he must return to me, not with empty promises or borrowed faith, but with genuine surrender that reshapes his soul. As I promised in 2 Chronicles 7:14, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, pray, and seek my face, then I will hear from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. That promise stands as unshakable today as it ever has. I long to heal what's broken inside your son, to reignite the purpose buried beneath fear, to restore the joy silenced by pain, to reveal the calling clouded by doubt. I want to bring every fragment of him back into wholeness. But now this mission extends beyond your son alone. It's a call to you to rise and stand in the gap for him. Will you be his anchor when his own faith falters? Will you carry his burdens in prayer when he can't yet perceive the danger? The story is far from over. The chapter that will define everything is being written this very moment, by your faith, by your courage, and by whether your son turns back to me before the door on his destiny locks tight. The future waits. Will you help guide him home? My dear child, do not shrink from your own weaknesses. Do not hide them in shame or fear. I see every part of you, every crack, every scar, every longing. And I want you to know this truth: I am not disappointed in you. You were never made to carry the weight of perfection on your shoulders. I crafted you with intention, with compassion, with every flaw and struggle woven into your very being. Those weaknesses do not diminish your worth, they make you beautifully human, wonderfully real. And despite it all, I love you, because you are mine. So drop the mask. Stop pretending you're okay when you're not. Instead, come to me. Let's have an honest conversation, just you and me. Pour out your worries, your fears, your loneliness. I am listening. If there's a place inside you that feels empty, I promise to fill it. If your heart carries wounds hidden too long, bring them to me, and I will bring healing where there was hurt. Remember this always, my precious one: my love for you is not based on what you do but on who you are. My beloved child, let me in. Let me carry the burdens you cannot bear alone. Let me walk by your side, lift you up, and become your strength when yours runs dry. You are never alone, because I am with you, always. Brace yourself, for a mighty shift is about to rock your life. This will not unfold slowly, like petals drifting open. No, it will crash in like a tidal wave, breathtaking and unstoppable. That lingering heaviness that has weighed on your heart will begin to lift, vanished as if a fresh wind swept through your soul. That door you thought sealed forever will explode open, revealing paths and possibilities you never dared to imagine. And standing on those paths will be the one you've longed for, someone who truly gets your heart, who sees your worth, who steps into your life and renews your hope. I see the battles you've fought. I know the fires you've walked through, flames that should have consumed you. I see the floods you've survived, waters that threatened to drown you. But here you stand, unbroken. You did not give in or give up. Now, get ready, because your season of blessing is rushing in. Days of scarcity and fear are drawing to a close. Shadows that haunted your nights, enemies that whispered lies in your ear, they are being defeated by my mighty hand. The chains that once bound your spirit are snapping. The turmoil that drained your strength is breaking apart. I am restoring every fiber of your being. The storm that felt endless is losing its grip. I am coming to deliver you, to carry you, to set you free. Your story is far from over. This is only the beginning of the extraordinary journey I'm leading you on, my beloved child. Even now, somewhere someone kneels, softly calling your name in prayer, someone who hasn't met you face to face but who's reaching across the distance, yearning for a connection that feels like home. They are not seeking just anyone. They are seeking you, the one who brings kindness, authenticity, and a spirit that resonates deeply with theirs. With every whispered plea, heaven leans in, weaving a tapestry of hope and faith. They dream of laughter that heals, eyes that truly see, and a love that mirrors my own unwavering heart. They trust that in my perfect timing, everything will align, the right place, the right moment, the right person. And even now, my hand moves behind the scenes. Paths align, walls crumble, hearts soften, all in preparation for the moment when your stories will collide and merge into something breathtaking. When that day arrives, it will feel sudden, yet tender, a sweet surprise that fills every corner of your soul. Hold fast. Do not lose hope. You are not forgotten. You are deeply prayed for. You are part of a divine love story still unfolding. And when it does, it will surpass every hope and dream you have ever dared to hold. Listen closely now, for the weight of what I'm about to share will shatter the silence you've carried. My beloved child, your son has not harmed another soul. He has not tumbled into the scandalous sins you feared, nor has he tarnished your family's name. Yet something far more urgent and dangerous has taken root, a stealthy, invisible battle that cuts deeper than any visible crime or disgrace. Here's what's been unfolding. The radiant joy I kindled within him the moment I breathed life into his spirit, before he ever drew a single breath, has been dimming. Not because I withdrew it, but because he let it be smothered by louder, darker voices. Those voices, slick whispers of doubt that chipped at his confidence, heavy echoes of shame that pressed into his heart, and the deafening roar of compromise that blurred the lines between right and wrong, choked out the light I gifted him. Instead of drowning out that noise with my truth, instead of clinging to the love and purpose I whispered to him, he leaned into the world's influence. Each step he took away from that divine glow drove him further from the life I meticulously crafted for him, a life bursting with hope, purpose, and fulfillment. The investigation, commissioned by my hand, carried out in absolute secrecy by my angels, didn't unearth a litany of crimes or a list of overt sins. No, what emerged from those painstaking pages was far more heartbreaking, a gradual unraveling of his spirit. A slow drift away from the vibrancy I infused in him. This was not a sudden rebellion marked by loud defiance. It was a quiet, day-by-day decay, small choices here and there that chipped away at his spirit, until the radiant spark I placed in him flickered and almost disappeared. In Hosea 4:6 I warned, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Your son doesn't even sense the war raging in his soul. He can't see the invisible lines that separate what will lift him and what will destroy him. The alarms, sounded by my messengers, ring out, but he hasn't listened. I have heard every echo, and I can no longer hold my peace. The gates to the destiny I intended for him are closing, inch by inch. If this drift continues unchecked, he will lose everything I planned for him before he ever arrived in this world. Yet in the midst of these jaw-dropping truths, hope still stands. Within those pages that speak of judgment I have carved out an open doorway, a narrow, shining path not founded on punishment but on redemption. This path leads back from the shadows into the full blaze of my purpose. But walking it demands more than wishful thinking. It demands raw courage and a decisive pivot toward healing and transformation. That turning point is here. This very moment is the crossroads where everything hinges. Will your son seize the chance to reclaim what's been stolen, or will he stay shackled by silence and compromise? The final page of that sacred, confidential investigation holds a message of grace amidst the gloom. Nothing lies beyond repair, yet the clock is ticking. A pathway awaits that leads straight back to restoration, straight back to the abundant life I designed for him before the world's noise began to drown out his spirit. But this path is not for the half-hearted or those who tiptoe in only when it's convenient. Your son must learn to silence every distraction, the temptations, the doubts, the chorus of voices that have roared louder than mine. He must invite my spirit to flood his heart again, allowing my pure truth to reclaim every corner seized by confusion and despair. More than anything, he must return to me, not with empty promises or borrowed faith, but with genuine surrender that reshapes his soul on a cellular level. As I pledged in 2 Chronicles 7:14, if my people who are called by my name humble themselves, pray, and seek my face, then I will hear from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. That promise stands as unshakable today as it ever has. I long to stitch together what's broken in your son, the purpose buried under fear, the joy silenced by pain, the calling clouded by doubt. I want to restore it all. But this mission doesn't stop with your son alone. It's also a call to you. Rise up and stand as a wall of prayer in the gap for him. Will you be the voice when his falters? Will you carry his burdens in fervent prayer when he cannot yet see the pummeling pressure threatening to crush him? The story is far from finished. The chapter that will define everything is being etched right now, in the ink of your faith and courage, and in whether your son turns back to me before the door slams shut. The future is waiting. Will you guide him home? My dear child, don't cower from your own weaknesses. Do not hide them in shame or fear. I see every part of you, even the depths you wish weren't there. And hear this truth, I am not disappointed in you. You were never meant to bear the weight of perfection. I wove your struggles and flaws into your very being with intention. Those weaknesses don't degrade your worth, they make you beautifully human, vibrantly real. And in the midst of it all, I love you fiercely, because you are mine. So cast aside the mask. Stop pretending you're okay when you're not. Come to me in raw honesty, just you and I. Pour out your worries, your fears, your loneliness. I am listening. If there's a hollow spot in your heart, I promise to fill it. If your soul carries wounds buried too long, bring them to me. I will bring healing and peace where there was only hurt. Remember this, always, my love for you is not contingent on what you do, but anchored in who you are. My beloved child, let me in. Let me carry the burdens you cannot bear alone. Let me walk beside you, lift you up, and be your strength when yours runs dry. You are never alone, because I am with you, always. Brace yourself, for a seismic shift is about to hit your life. This transformation will not unfold slowly, like a flower gently opening its petals. No, it will crash in like a tsunami, breathtaking, unstoppable. The lingering weight that has weighed on your heart will begin to dissipate, as if a fresh wind swept through your soul. The door you believed sealed forever will smash open, revealing paths and possibilities you never dared to imagine. And standing on those paths, waiting to step into your life, will be the very one you've longed for, someone who truly understands your heart and sees your worth, renewing every ember of your hope. I see the battles you've fought. I know the fires you've walked through, flames that should have consumed you. I see the floods you've survived, waters that should have overwhelmed you. Yet here you are, unbroken. You refused to give in. You refused to give up. And now, get ready, because a season of blessing is rushing in. Days of scarcity, fear, and confusion are drawing to a close. The shadows that haunted your nights and the enemies that murmured lies in your ear are being crushed by my mighty hand. The chains that bound your spirit are snapping open. The turmoil that drained your strength is breaking apart. I am restoring every fiber of your being. The storm that felt endless, the one you believed would never end, is losing its grip. I am coming to deliver you, set you free, and carry you into a new reality. Your story is far from over. This is only the beginning of the extraordinary journey I'm leading you on, my beloved child. Even now, somewhere, someone kneels in quiet prayer, softly calling your name. Someone who hasn't met you face to face yet, but whose soul reaches for yours with desperate hope. They're not looking for just anyone. They're looking for you, someone who will bring kindness, authenticity, and a spirit that resonates deeply with theirs. Every whispered prayer weaves together a tapestry of hope and faith. They dream of laughter that heals, eyes that see, and a love that mirrors my own unconditional heart. They trust that in my perfect timing, everything will align, the right place, the right season, the right person. And even now, my hand moves behind the scenes. Paths are aligning, walls are crumbling, hearts are softening, all in preparation for the moment your stories will collide and merge into something breathtaking. When that day arrives, it will feel sudden, yet tender, a sweet, soul-stirring surprise. Stand firm. Don't lose hope. You are not forgotten. You are already deeply prayed for. You are part of a divine love story still unfolding, and when it unfolds, it will exceed every hope and dream you have ever dared to hold. Message: you were never meant to shoulder the burden of perfection alone. I crafted you with intention and care, weaving your struggles and flaws into the very fabric of your being. Those so-called weaknesses don't reduce your worth, they make you beautifully human, wonderfully real. And even with all your imperfections, I choose you. Not because you're flawless, but because you belong to me. Stop hiding behind a mask. Stop pretending to be someone you're not. I don't need you to impress me or hide your true self. I already know every corner of your heart, and I choose you every day. Instead of guarding your pain or forcing a false smile, come to me. Let's talk, just you and me. Spill out your worries, your fears, your loneliness. I'm listening, fully and without judgment. If there's a hollow place inside you, if you feel empty or unworthy, I promise to fill it. If your heart bears wounds you've hidden too long, bring them here. I will pour healing and peace into every crack where hurt once lived. Remember this always, I love you not for what you do but for who you are. My beloved child, open the door and let me in. Let me carry the burdens that have grown too heavy for you to bear alone. Let me walk beside you, lift you up, and be your strength when yours runs dry. You are never alone, because I am with you, always. Brace yourself, because I'm about to move in your life in ways you never imagined. This won't unfold as a slow climb or a gentle whisper. It will hit you like a powerful wave, stealing your breath and reshaping your world. Suddenly, that lingering pain that has worn you down will begin to evaporate. That heaviness, that exhaustion that has weighed on your body and spirit, it will lift, as if a fresh breeze swept through your soul. Suddenly, a door you believed sealed shut forever will fling wide open, revealing bold new paths and possibilities. Suddenly, the one you've longed for, the person who truly gets your heart and sees your worth, will march into your life in a way that renews your hope. I see the battles you've fought. I know the fires you've walked through, fires that should have consumed you. I see the floods you've survived, waters that should have overwhelmed you. Yet here you stand. You refuse to surrender. You refuse to give up. Now, get ready, because a season of blessing is rushing in. Days of scarcity, fear, and confusion are collapsing in on themselves. The shadows that haunted your nights, the enemies that whispered lies in your ear, they're falling in defeat at my hand. The heavy voice of despair that tried to steal your joy is shattering. Those chains of addiction that once bound your soul are snapping free. The chaos at work, The stress, the tension, the doubts, they're shifting, tilting toward peace and breakthrough. The battles that drained your health and hope, I'm restoring every fiber of your being. That storm that felt endless, like it would never end, is losing its grip. I am coming to bring rescue and calm. What held you back, the barriers that caged your dreams, the walls that boxed you in, are falling. The chains that bound you are breaking into pieces. Freedom isn't just near, it's at your doorstep. Hold on tight, because your story is far from over. This is only the explosive beginning of the phenomenal journey I'm leading you on. Even now, somewhere, someone kneels in prayer, softly calling your name. They're pouring out their heart to God, asking for you, even though they haven't met you face to face. Their soul reaches across the distance with hopeful trembling, longing for a connection that feels like home. That person isn't looking for just anyone. They're waiting for you, the one who brings kindness, authenticity, and a spirit that resonates deeply with theirs. With every whispered prayer, heaven leans in, weaving a tapestry of hope and faith. They dream of laughter that heals, eyes that truly see, and a love that mirrors the gentle, unwavering heart of God. They trust that in perfect timing, everything will align. The right place, the right moment, the right person. And even now, divine hands are working behind the scenes. Paths are aligning, walls are crumbling, hearts are softening, preparing for the moment when your stories collide and merge. When that day hits, it will feel sudden yet tender, like the sweetest shock that fills every corner of your soul. So keep holding on. Don't lose hope. You are not forgotten. You are already deeply prayed for. You are part of a divine love story still unfolding, and when it does, it will surpass every hope and dream you've ever held. If this message ignited something in you, like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more powerful revelations. Support us with a super thanks of up to $20 so we can keep bringing these life-changing messages. Your blessing fuels our mission.